Guy SASSON of Israel, the number 3 seed and world number 3, against the world number 5, Ahmet KAPLAN of TÜRKIYE. A third meeting between these players. And it is another meeting on clay. They've never not met on this surface. They've all been matches of consequence. 2 finals in ITF competition. But this is the biggest one of all, the Paralympic bronze. Both have been comfortable wins for the 44-year-old from Ramat Gan near Tel Aviv. But Ahmet KAPLAN, the youngster, has been a really exciting prospect at these games and this season. Representing Türkiye, Ahmet KAPLAN, 22, the world number 5 ranked player, and he has had some very striking victories to get to this stage. He's beaten David Wagner and Andy Lapthorne. Those are big players to beat.
They are big players to beat, and it was a joy to watch him play. He's been excited in every single moment he's been out here.
He will take on Guy SASSON of Israel, the world number 3 ranked player. 44 years of age. Some great performances from him, beating Francisco. Such different stages of their sporting lives. He is literally half the age of 44-year-old Guy SASSON.
That is the beauty of tennis, though. We are the most healthiest sport in the world, and it adds 10 years to your life. I don't know if you knew that, Ollie. Data's just come out.
Yeah.
Data has just come out about it. You should check it out. 9 years to your life, more than any other sport.
Wow.
Because it also has a social element too. That's the other thing it has.
And there is a quite striking community, isn't there, in wheelchair tennis? We've seen it at these games, the way the players actually interact with each other.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that the wheelchair players do that the standing don't do is that they wish each other a good match before they start. They actually go to each other, give each other a high five or a fist bump, and it always kind of gives me chills and makes me proud to be a part of wheelchair tennis when I see that.
Now, this is the quad singles competition. So just a word on the classifications. There are 2 classifications in the sport of wheelchair tennis, what effectively can be termed the open classification, which comprises 4 of the 6 medal events, the gender-separated events of the women's and men's singles and doubles, and those are for players with a permanent physical disability that results in substantial loss of function in one or both lower extremities. The same criteria applies to the quad competition, with one additional criterion, which is substantial loss of function in one or both upper extremities, and where there are therefore at least 3 extremities affected.
And you'll see that somewhat. You'll see here that Kaplan's going to start taping the racket to his hand, so he has some loss of function of strength in his hand. And so that's interesting, and it's a whole new dynamic too. When you have to tape your hand to the racket, just if you think about that and you're holding a tennis racket, you do not change a grip. And in tennis, you 99% of the time you change grips. You have one grip for a serve and the volley and a backhand, and then you have a different grip for the forehand. So you'll see Kaplan have the same grip. So therefore, you're also going to see him with a different serve, because he does use a pretty extreme semi-Western forehand grip, and he is serving underhand. So it's almost like he has to focus on breaking people's serve, because he's starting off a little bit defense on his own serve.
And we do see that a lot more, don't we, in the quad division overall?
Yeah, you do. I mean, some of them do not, some of them do, and it just depends on what level they are and what their needs are.
Well, let's talk about what level he is, a level good enough to win his first Grand Slam singles title this year. The French Open champion, beating no less Sam Schroeder.
Yep, and again, the great close-up there a few seconds ago of the racket being taped to the hand, and it's difficult enough playing tennis when you're pushing with a chair but then having to keep the same grip. It's very difficult, but they will, you know, I said they figured it out, they figure out how to do it, and therefore you will definitely see the inverted backhand here. There's no grip change here. They will use the semi-Western to push, and then they'll use the other side. He will use the other side for the backhand.
So we will hand over in a moment to the chair umpire for this, Scott Elbin. Huge congratulations to Scott Elbin on his selection for this bronze medal contest. He's from Ohio, so we say Ohio, Scott, and good luck officiating this contest. Very well regarded umpire, Scott Elbin.
He also is the assistant referee, and he has been the referee of a lot of the, he's more on the referee track with some of the others. So this is a good place for him to be here, but very knowledgeable.
Interesting call, that guy, SASSON, winning the toss of the coin, electing to receive. You mentioned Kaplan being often quite defensive from his own serve, so...
Yeah, you see a lot of the wheelchair players, though, receive. I mean, it's almost like it's very hard to win your serve. There's reasons for that, because it's hard to recover afterwards. So really, it's almost like you see a lot of the players elect to receive to start with. They want to try and get that early break.
National flag flying behind Guy SASSON, 44 years of age. Ahmet Kaplan, look at who he's beaten. David Wagner in round 1, one of the greats. Andy Lapthorne in the quarter-final, one of the greats, and look how tough a match it was as well. And then a difficult encounter with Niels Fink in the semi-final stage. But that is quite a resume for this youngster, who has made himself known this year with 5 titles, including his first at ITF 1 level, the Open International de Royan. Really a very fine clay court player as well, Ahmet Kaplan. Guy SASSON, the French Open champion, his first Grand Slam singles title, won this year. Beat Francisco Cayolev of Chile in the first round. A hard contest that. Kailef's a difficult player to beat, very suited to clay. And then the exciting youngster Greg Slade of Great Britain, beaten 6-1, 6-2 in the quarterfinal stage. And then that 2-hour, 18-minute match against Sam Schroeder, a 7-6, 6-4 loss in the last 4 of the competition. They both had one really long, grueling match. It's just the difference is his was against Andy Lapthorne and he won it.
Yeah, I mean, he's had such a great tournament, such a great year, really coming out onto the scene, and I'm excited for what the future's going to hold for him.
Guy Sasson is from Ramat Gan, which is near Tel Aviv. But now he's based in Houston, in the United States of America, in the state of Texas. Awakens at 3 o'clock in the morning to work with his real estate company in Israel.
3 minutes.
Packs in essentially a full working day with them before getting on with his training regime. He's about as fiercely determined as you'll find a person, isn't he?
He is. Most of the players are and do what they need to do to get better every day. 1% better every day.
Ahmet Kaplan is from Mersin, a Mediterranean seaport in TÜRKIYE with a population of around 1 million, named after the plant Messini, which grows everywhere there. It's a beautiful area, has the longest seaside in the nation. It's called the Pearl of the Mediterranean. Well, he has been perhaps an absolute jewel in the crown of wheelchair tennis this year. I think it would be remiss if one is talking about seaside destinations to not mention that Tel Aviv, of course, is renowned for that too. It's very fine Mediterranean weather. It's not exactly weather-wise a day that's entirely typical for where these two gentlemen grew up. It's rather grey and rainy in Paris today, but the roof is on called Suzanne Longlong. Definitely a suitable day to bring an umbrella if one is coming to watch the tennis.
And if you're just joining wheelchair tennis for the first time, the only difference really rule-wise that you'll notice is the players do get 2 bounces. The first ball does have to land inside the baseline. If not, there's no 2 bounces needed because the ball's out. So 2 bounces, first one landing inside.
1 minute.
You'll see sometimes they use it, sometimes they won't. As you see Kaplan down on your lower screen, warming that underhand serve up. So starts really far back, is able to take 1 push, is allowed to do that. Then the topspin.
Whenever one sees the underarm serve.
Sets. Guy Sasson left of the chair, won the toss, elected to receive. 30 seconds.
Didn't want to interrupt Scott Elvin there, but as I was going to say, when one sees the underhand serve, it's always worth remembering that, of course, many years ago, it was the serve, wasn't it, in tennis?
It was, and every once in a while, it makes a comeback.
Yes, unexpectedly.
Yeah, unexpectedly from different people, and it comes back, and it's sometimes effective. You usually don't see the topspin serve, though. You see more the underhand serve with it.
End of warm-up.
It's an absolutely lovely stadium, this, called Suzanne Longlong. Brilliant ticket sales throughout the Paralympic Games and the Olympic Games before it. 2 equal halves of the great Parisian sporting summer. Even if it doesn't feel like summer today, I promise you it still is. Well, from summer to somebody who's very much in the spring of his career, new to this sport, almost impossibly good, actually, when you consider that he's barely been playing this sport for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, just the improvement, and you know, he did play wheelchair basketball before, and his coach said to him, you need to play a individual sport, so that's how he got into wheelchair tennis. So the movement's there. And I'm excited for this match.
Welcome one and all to Court Suzanne Lenglen, Roland Garros.
Ahmet KAPLAN to serve.
It's Paris 2024 and the quad singles bronze medal match in wheelchair tennis at the Paralympic Games. Ahmet KAPLAN of TÜRKIYE will serve. Guy SASSON of Israel will receive.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Players are ready. Love 15.
What is going to be difficult for KAPLAN is that SASSON is a very sophisticated, complete player, isn't he? And if the serve does not have enough to trouble SASSON, then he's going to find himself very compromised early on in the rally.
Like that. Good call, Ollie. I think that's where he really struggled with Vink too. So he's going to have to figure this piece of his game out to see what he can do to kind of equalize the serve. He could do that.
That's really fascinating. First 2 points, tale of extremes.
Yes. But I think SASSON just trying to show him, hey, I'm going to crush your return, and then I'm also going to try and chip it. So making him think just a little bit.
So break point early on, not entirely unsurprising. We've got real depth on that return of serve, SASSON. How well he started.
Yeah, I think that as we talk about the quad division, you've already got SASSON here, who's very, very strong player, strong physically, lots of experience. And then you've got the Dutch players of Vink and Schroeder that are the younger ones that are probably going to make, history with how many medals they're going to make. But then you have KAPLAN, and he's got to figure out how this serve is going to evolve and how he needs to improve his serve, or what he needs to do. Does he need to not start so far back and actually start in a little bit closer, because he starts really far back? Because to challenge these players that are the bigger hitters, that's what he's going to have to focus on.
Guy SASSON to serve.
May I say there that Scott Elbin brought the entirety of Court Suzanne Lenglen to order in the manner of somebody behind the reception desk in the New York Public Library.
He's done it twice so far.
Let first serve.
Beautiful forehand there from KAPLAN. When he has the time to get around that backhand, he's got a big forehand. Good spin, good net clearance.
15 all.
Beautiful again, using that forehand down the line.
$15-30.
Very good, accurate striking. Opened up the space so effortlessly.
Yeah, the serve really set that point up, and then just taking that forehand early to the open court.
But we're just starting to see now the evidence of why this young gentleman has been so difficult to play against. Beautifully put away.
And that's what he's going to have to do in this match. He's going to have to really take advantage of SASSON's serve when he can, and then try and just defend and neutralize his serve.
1-1 in the quad singles bronze medal match. It was hard to read, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Got good net clearance, good arc, lots of spin, so when the ball bounces, it's really jumping up. And touche, I can do it just as good as you can.
15 all.
Lovely start to this match.
So we talked a little bit when you start the issue with serving. You're serving in a chair, it's very hard to recover. So the return down the line becomes very important, or the return at the body. But if you watch where KAPLAN's starting, he's starting so far back, right? He doesn't have that issue. He's able to push up and he's able to move quickly. So interesting to see what SASSON's doing. Is he moving forwards and taking the ball early, or is he trying to maybe let that ball bounce 2 times and get back in the point?
That's sophisticated play. It's intelligent play.
That's that reverse backhand where he was just able to get over it and open up the court beautifully with an angle.
Fabulous game from KAPLAN. He holds serve and he makes it look very simple, actually. So it is KAPLAN who leads by 2 games to 1.
time.
Welcome to those of you just joining the wheelchair tennis quad singles bronze medal match at the Roland Garros Stadium on court Suzanne Longlong. Guy SASSON of Israel and Ahmet KAPLAN of TÜRKIYE contesting this third place playoff at the Paralympic Games. Should KAPLAN be victorious, it would be the first time a player from Turkey has won a wheelchair tennis medal at the Paralympic Games. They would be the 14th nation to achieve such success.
Mesdames, Messieurs, un peu de silence, s'il vous plaît.
The 13th nation came just a day ago as South Africa joined the list of successful countries in wheelchair tennis at the Paralympics. Well, wasn't that a marvellous return?
Yeah, ball came right into his body, but was able to just create an incredible angle.
Love 15.
SASSON looked astonished at that and just had to acknowledge it was too good. Well, he did well, just forced SASSON to play a difficult shot.
Love 30.
It's the third meeting between them. SASSON has won both, 6-1, 6-2 in the final of a competition in Türkiye, and 6-3, 6-2 in the final of the French Riviera Open. So yet another clay court meeting. The reason I mention those results at this particular time is that KAPLAN is only 2 points away from already equaling the highest number of games he's ever won in a set against Guy SASSON.
It's all about confidence, right? Because you say that about equaling the number of games he's won, but he's also had 2 amazing wins in this tournament. So he's had 2 amazing wins. He's going to come in thinking that he can do better. Well, he's wanting to win the bronze, but he's going to do a lot better than what he's done in the past.
He's a very different player, isn't he, from the one that contested those 2 finals? And he seems to quite like a big crowd.
Oh, he loves it.
There we go. 2 breaks of serve. And this gentleman started superbly.
Yeah, sorry. He was saying he just was not able to do that with Vink in his semi-final match. He was really struggling to get the ball out of the middle. Vink was controlling the center of the court, and whenever he got a chance, it just went straight up the middle, and Vink was just punishing it. And he was not able to do this against Vink. When he did, he was winning a lot of points. So he's definitely put this right and fixed it, what he was not able to do in the last round.
Oh, yes, certainly not the truest connection. Doesn't matter, though.
Doesn't matter. Take it. Got to use the whole racket. Rackets are expensive. Got to use them all.
No, that's superb. Lovely return.
I think SASSON's got to think about taking the ball on one bounce and not letting KAPLAN get back into the point when he's moving forwards, being a little bit more aggressive on the serve.
He plays some very intelligent shots, doesn't he, KAPLAN, to buy himself time and to set himself up.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he knew that SASSON was out there, but just took his time. And even though it was a winner, it was a very high percentage winner. Good net clearance, good spin.
That's good judgment.
All.
He's an absolute joy to watch, this young man, isn't he?
He is, and if you look at the backhands in that rally, you also understand why the tip bar is so important, because he's just using his whole body, rotating, using his back as well to really get unbelievable topspin on that backhand.
Chair design is such a fundamental part, isn't it, of the sport, getting it right for each player. A lot of work goes into it.
Yeah, I mean, it has to, and they keep tweaking it too. You'll see the player's chair change over time.
Good effort. It feels so finely balanced, doesn't it, the KAPLAN serve, because at times he's being totally dominated, and at times he looks very in control.
Yes, he does, and I just think it's really SASSON that's doing that for him. He's either taking it early and being aggressive, or he puts it in play in the middle, and then it equalizes the point out. Again, once he got that ball out of the middle, then the point opens up for him.
Advantage.
He doesn't look too happy about the way he constructed that point. This is now the best by some way that he's ever performed against Guy SASSON. Ahmet KAPLAN is 4-1 up in the opening set. This is not going with ranking, this is not going with the form book, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next.
Time.
This is an absolutely joyous match to watch so far. It's tactically fascinating.
Mesdames, Messieurs, prenez place.
There's an energy to this young man. There's a sophistication to this elder statesman.
Seats, please. Players are ready. Sit down, please. Prenez place.
Scott Elbin's instructions clear. Hope you're having fun. Now stop having it and sit down. Get to your seats.
Very, very strict there.
So important to get the conditions right for these athletes. Yeah, that gave KAPLAN a lot to work with, didn't it?
Yeah, again, SASSON's not doing great with his serve, not being super aggressive with it, but KAPLAN totally changed from his semi-final match. He's way more aggressive and really confident right now. That plays worked well for SASSON. The kick serve out wide, and then when KAPLAN's returning the ball down the line, the forehand cross court to the open court.
He became the first Israeli player to win a Grand Slam in the quad category. SASSON, when he was victorious here at Roland Garros earlier this year. That's flawless.
Keeps going out wide on that backhand side and doing well with it. He should keep going out wide.
Yes, he's clearly got a strategy, hasn't he? But you'd expect Guy SASSON to have a fully thought through strategy.
Game.
So he gets the hold of serve. First game in 5-1. Needed that one.
4 games to 2.
And then this game becomes vitally important. See whether SASSON changes his strategy on the return of serve. Whether he looks to come in and take the ball a little bit earlier, or whether he hangs back. Choosing to take that ball earlier on the rise. See whether he continues to do that. It's been very effective when he does.
That's lovely movement and lovely shot making. Gosh, he's going after this game, isn't he?
He is. He knows how important this game is.
Oh, wow.
Very different change of strategy in this return game than the time before.
40.
He's not given Ahmet KAPLAN a moment to himself, has he?
He is not.
3 break points. Consider the mood
Game,
changed.
SASSON.
Consider the dynamic altered.
Ball change, please.
Consider Guy SASSON completely back in the contest.
KAPLAN leads
He breaks
4 games
to
3.
love, and it's 4-3.
Time.
Guy SASSON serving to level this contest.
Thank you. Thank you, Madame, Monsieur.
One thing that has become very clear from watching Ahmet KAPLAN in the short time that he's been playing this sport is that he will not drop his head when things get difficult. He's a tough, tough competitor. It's easy to see, isn't it, why he's become so popular at these games.
Yeah, it has. He's got such a great attitude, such a brilliant smile, and he's going after every ball too, and it's showing just his grittiness.
Sometimes people can have a wonderful attitude. It doesn't necessarily translate to a style of game that gets the crowd going. And he has got both, hasn't he?
He does, for sure. I do think this is where a little bit of inexperience comes in. In that game, he was up,
15.
you know, he's up 4-3, and then he's made 3 unforced errors. So just putting that ball in play and getting the point started.
He opened up the space, SASSON just couldn't get the height.
(40-30).
Well. Suddenly.
Yeah, 3 huge backhands again in that rally.
He's got some spectacular shots.
Yeah, he's got really good upper body strength as well. Hits that backhand from well above his shoulders.
For those people who are new to watching wheelchair tennis, Joe, the concept of the inverted backhand, it's an interesting one, isn't it? And it's once you see it, you can't unsee it. You then notice it all the time.
You do. And to start with, you're kind of like, you double take and you're like, how are they hitting that backhand? And then you realize what it is. You realize why. As we said, it's using the same grip, using a semi-Western forehand grip, and using the other side of the racket. I think there's only one person standing, and it was Sergio Berstege, maybe, from Spain, that used to do that standing because his grip was so extreme.
He has changed the culture of this match again. From a 4-1 position of advantage to 4-3. He gets the break once more and will serve for the opening set in this bronze medal match.
Did really well in that game to come back after the 3 unforced errors.
Thank you. Thank you. Players are ready.
Serving for the opening set, Ahmet KAPLAN.
SASSON again, just moving forwards. He did really well on the on his last return game. So he's going to look to keep moving forwards because that's been very successful for him so far.
All.
He keeps going for it. He's not going to change his style of play. He's going for those balls, and sometimes he's a little out of position, sometimes maybe not the right choice. That's where the experience, when he gets more matches under his belt, will certainly help him.
One out of 4 points won on the second serve so far. Two breakback points for the Israeli.
15-40.
SASSON bought himself time in that exchange, and he's also got himself another break of serve. So we are still unclear as to the destination of this first set. 5-4.
time.
What a great crowd and environment here today.
Very important service game for Guy SASSON. Trailing as he is, 5-4.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Really produced some ferocity on that serve.
15 love.
Just to confirm, the score is 15 love. There we go. Had a little error on the graphic.
Again, using that serve on the ad side, he's been very successful with it.
30
Didn't go
love.
quite as wide, but was still able to take the ball early enough to put KAPLAN under pressure. I'm frustrated there. He knows how well that KAPLAN's been returning. So to give an unforced error and a double fault.
He's somebody who evidently expects a great deal of himself out on court. Wasn't that the right decision?
Beautiful backhand. Just picture perfect on that backhand side. Taking his time.
Some shots look beautiful.
It's not good. Yeah, I can focus the ball.
Well, we'll come back to that in a moment.
Yeah, if not, just tell them to go.
I think it's the people behind, maybe with the flags. He's allowed to do that as many times as he wants.
Oh!
40-30. Let. First serve.
A hold of serve for Guy SASSON.
SASSON.
5 apiece. It's easily the most competitive set they've ever had.
Games all.
So who's going to take it?
And a great ball from SASSON there. Got jammed and was just able to take the pace off and roll it.
Coming up to the 45-minute mark. It's a thoroughly engaging match. It's very hard to quite clearly see the destination of the bronze medal. We just remind ourselves that KAPLAN was 4-1 up and 5-3 up.
Thank you.
So this is a hugely pressurising service game to now have to hold on to. Especially when it starts like that.
Yeah, and SASSON's just, I mean, KAPLAN's got to do something different with his serve at this point. Just
15.
a little bit more pace, a little bit more height to stop SASSON just moving in and taking it so early.
He's clearly got it worked out, hasn't he?
He does. He took him a few games to do it. Did it really well in the beginning, the first game, and then after that struggled a little bit, but has come back to the realization of moving in and taking it early is the way to go.
Fifteen 30.
He did so well to get back into a neutral position in that rally because he was on the defensive, wasn't he, from the moment he struck the serve.
SASSON, yes, and SASSON did a great job there of getting back into the point, but really good point there and a very important point for KAPLAN.
Fabulous placement into the corner.
Such a huge amount of topspin. That ball was so low. Him to get it up and then back down again. Good racket acceleration.
40-30.
That's marvellous technique.
It is.
phenomenally well handled.
Game.
What a
KAPLAN.
high-pressure game, and Ahmet KAPLAN makes light of it. 6-5, he now leads.
KAPLAN
And
leads 6
SASSON
games to
will
5.
seek to extend this match into a tiebreak.
Time.
Well, we are all being very much entertained by this bronze medal match in the quad singles competition at Paris 2024. Will we be entertained in a tiebreak? Let's see what happens as Guy SASSON, the #3 seed and the reigning French Open quad singles champion, has ball in hand.
Thank you. S'il vous plaît.
It was a good effort, wasn't it?
It was. Thought he almost had it so far back. Just needed to really, don't need that far back. Just got to throw the ball up so high to give himself more time to get back into the point.
Love.
It's remarkable just how much his level has improved in a short space of time. When you consider the previous meetings between these players, it never really had a close set. He wore him down.
Pushing, getting that extra one ball back in the court. Did ask for it to be checked.
And he's cross about it, SASSON.
Sure he is. He was in control of those points, and he just, you know, that's where you get that one ball back in the court to make your opponent play.
2 further points required for Ahmet KAPLAN to take this set. 2 for Guy SASSON to force a tiebreak. SASSON has won 2 out of 8 points on the second serve. That's all. That's magnificent. He's got a set points.
Huge forehand, really ramped that up. Racket head acceleration. Thought he was maybe going to go cross court, but no. Again, really high percentage.
He's got the set. Ahmet KAPLAN of TÜRKIYE.
Game in first set.
Incredible.
KAPLAN.
For the first time ever, he wins a set from Guy SASSON. And he's only picked the bronze medal match at the Paralympic Games to do it.
Great set by him. He played amazing. See whether he can put together another set.
7-5. Hugely well done.
What a great set as well. You've got 17 winners and 3 unforced errors. That's the way you want to be. SASSON, not bad though, with 13 and 5, but those extra winners from KAPLAN really made that difference in that 53-minute first set.
Let's take a look back at the opening set. Started so strongly for Ahmet KAPLAN. Despite being broken in the opening game, he immediately responded with a double break of his own. Got himself into a 4-1 position of advantage with bold shot making like that. SASSON was troubled, but he then retaliated. Managed to get the contest to 5 apiece, showing some of his characteristically sophisticated and well-judged tennis. As the set went on, so the chance came for Ahmet KAPLAN, and he won it 7-5. The rain comes down, but the sun shines on Ahmet KAPLAN. Now, all he's got to do is do the whole thing again.
You make that sound so easy, Ollie.
Exactly. It's really not, is it?
No, it's really not. It's not going to be easy for him. Talking there to the coaches. While SASSON takes a bathroom break.
We will resume in just a moment or two. Returning to the court is Guy SASSON, having lost the first set 7-5 in the best part of an hour to Ahmet KAPLAN. And we await in a moment or two the resumption of the quad singles bronze medal match on court Suzanne Lenglen, Roland Garros and Paris 2024. He would be the first ever player from his nation to win a wheelchair tennis medal at the Paralympic Games. But one expects that we will see a response now from Guy SASSON. The question is, what does he need to do? What does KAPLAN need to do to hold on and win this?
KAPLAN needs to just keep doing exactly what he's been doing. Be aggressive, get the ball out of the middle. Once the ball's out of the middle, SASSON's in trouble. And then SASSON on the other side still needs to, on the return of serve, he has to move up and take advantage and be a little bit more aggressive on that return of serve.
Yes, he seems to be almost caught in two minds, doesn't he, with the return of serve? Sometimes he's really attacking it, and other times he's getting into more of a passive approach.
Yeah, he's just got to commit to doing it and got to understand that, you know, when you're in the moment, sometimes it's easier for us to look at it and see the stats and see what's happening. But sometimes it's hard for the players in it, so they may feel that, you know, hey, that's not working as well as what it needs to work. So sometimes that's where they second guess themselves.
Questions, questions, questions. Answers forthcoming.
Second set.
Set number 2.
KAPLAN to serve.
Important service game for KAPLAN at the start of the second set, just to keep his strong position going. Not a comfortable beginning.
Yeah, and then, you know, SASSON went and did the bathroom break and the change as well. So them now KAPLAN needs to try and find his rhythm a little bit. Just like that.
$15 all.
It was a slightly tentative serve, but it did work.
Yeah, well, that's where SASSON has to push up and be ready for it. He's starting so far back, and he wants to give himself a little bit of time, but he's got to move in and try and take it on the first bounce. Even that there was not a super aggressive return, but on one bounce, nice high and deep back, put KAPLAN really leaning backwards.
$40-30.
Unplayable. And the difference is striking, isn't it?
It is. I mean, once he gets that return out of the middle, percentage of points that he's winning is sky high.
Immediate chance for SASSON to break.
Advantage, SASSON.
That's only the 5th unforced error in the whole match from KAPLAN.
The problem is it's hard to maintain that, isn't it? Once you've had a set where you've played so well.
First game, second set.
And immediately, SASSON is able, perhaps psychologically, just to get his mind out of that opening set. Early break for the number 3 seed. But if you are Ahmet KAPLAN, you can go into this game knowing, look, I've already broken him 4 times, I can do it again.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have the confidence, especially after that first set. But the first couple of games of every set is so important. You've just won that first set, 7-5. Don't want to go down 2-love and be trying to dig yourself out of a hole straight away.
Love 15. Oh. 15 all.
Not a bad play from SASSON there. KAPLAN really far back in the baseline and SASSON seeing it, but at this point, SASSON's just not quite executing some of the shots he should be executing.
The sense that it wouldn't take a great deal of change in terms of SASSON's level going up slightly and KAPLAN's level going down slightly to really see this match tip in the other direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very level right now, and just a few unforced errors here and there is really the difference.
Still, SASSON has only 3 out of 10 points won on the second serve.
Let. Second serve.
Didn't he play that well?
Beautiful. He knows it too. Really far back behind the baseline. SASSON taking some pace off, trying to push him back.
30,
KAPLAN doing so well. Great net clearance when that ball bounced, just jumping so high.
That's absolutely fabulous tennis, and he's broken back. In that position, there was one clear shot that needed to be played. Actually making it was a different matter entirely.
He's done that multiple times on that backhand side. Come up with that backhand down the line winner. When you think backhand down the line winner, you think such a low percentage shot, but all of his winners are coming from very, very high percentage, good net clearance, good topspin, and just an easy, it's not easy, but an easy down the line that turns into a winner.
On we go then. Back-to-back breaks of serve, just as we had at the start of set one here in set two. It was at this stage that KAPLAN opened up a 4-1 advantage. One thing about KAPLAN that's important to focus on is that he's fast.
He is. He's very quick because he's very strong. He's big. He's a strong guy and gets to the, really gets to it quickly. He's able to push a couple pushes and he's there. And then when he's there, he's able to hit such a strong ball back.
This is marvelous.
It was like lining up. Knew that one was coming.
30 love.
Great ball from SASSON there. Pushing in, short ball off of KAPLAN, and SASSON taking full advantage of it.
He's finding this really tough. He's finding this unlike either of his previous meetings with the young gentleman from Mersin in Türkiye. Holds and holds well.
KAPLAN leads 2 games to 1.
Every match KAPLAN has played, he's improved. Whether he's won it or whether he lost it, he learnt from that semi-final loss, and he's putting it right in this bronze medal match.
And that's very worrying development for everyone else in the world of quad singles.
Time.
He's got to make this service game count. 44-year-old Guy SASSON. And he's got to keep the pressure on his opponent. Second time at the Paralympics for SASSON. First time in quad singles.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Thank you. Merci.
That's an outstanding piece of returning.
That's where the return down the line off the traditional server comes in, because they just cannot recover quick enough to recover and get back to go the opposite way.
He's really turning up the pressure.
Love 30.
He's seeing the ball very well today. It's very big for him.
It's a really interesting concept, that, isn't it? You hear people like you in your work as a coach, in your life before as a player, talk about that. The ball just seems to be a different size when you're playing well.
It does, and it's a nice feeling.
Love 40.
I don't think KAPLAN realized that was a double fault there. I think he thought it was a let. He'll take it.
That's a good shot. A really significant pressure point as well. But he's still got 2 break points
15,
to endure.
40. Thank you. Thank you. Game, KAPLAN.
If that's how he reacts now, just imagine how he might react if he wins that bronze medal.
I can't even imagine how he's going to react if he wins that medal. Just a beautiful backhand.
KAPLAN leads 3-1.
We could well have an upset. The number 3 seed in the bronze medal match, losing to the player 2 places below him in the rankings.
Going similarly to the first set. See whether SASSON here can change that in the second set.
Made that really difficult for SASSON, didn't he? Forced him into something of a nothing shot.
Yeah, and then it was really, he was going to take the forehand down the line every single time. He's just had so many winners on that side. That's where he was going. SASSON really just needed to guess one side there. Just try. He didn't. He just went for the middle.
His decision-making seems so clear at the moment. Cheerio.
And I don't think it's funny you say the decision making. When you're seeing that ball like so well, what we talked about a few minutes ago about the ball so big, you're not really thinking, you're just playing. It's just coming so naturally to you. You're not thinking, I'm going to do this. You just instinctually do what you need to do. And I think that's the position that he's at right now.
Oh, what an effort. What an effort. He did have the chance to finish that point off, didn't he, right by the net?
He did. He hesitated, and then he went down the line, and I think that SASSON just guessed the right way. I mean, he's gone down the line so much there. But that's a sort of point there that can get SASSON now back on a roll.
And just go back to what we were talking about, decision-making and the idea of you play instinctively. There was a moment there where we saw almost KAPLAN making the choice as to what to do. Sometimes elite athletes and coaches like you say that you're at your worst when you think too much about something.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, look at there, right? He's just seeing it great, and he's just hitting it so well and so heavy.
40-15.
And I mean, they're even playing during, like, they're yelling during the points at this
Ladies and
point.
gentlemen, as a courtesy to both players, please do not cheer during the points. Thank you.
He's done well, Scott Elbin, looking after this one.
Just pulled it a little wide there. Didn't have quite enough angle to get the angle that he wanted.
40-30.
Oh, he was just willing that to drop.
Yeah, guided it a little too much.
Deuce.
That's very nice. Good angle.
Just keeping the pressure on SASSON just consistently. Even if he misses a few, the next ball is just so heavy.
KAPLAN.
He has it. A very significant hold of serve. Only 2 more games required now for Ahmet KAPLAN to become the first gentleman from Türkiye to win a wheelchair tennis medal at the Paralympics.
Time.
The pressure mounts on Guy SASSON, the number 3 seed. Ahmet KAPLAN requires 2 further games, and he will be the bronze medalist at the Paralympics.
Seats quickly, please. Players are ready.
And now for KAPLAN, one suspects the order of business is do not think about just how close you are to winning that bronze medal. brilliant. You saw the intent, didn't you? He just came straight in to attack that.
Yeah, he's gonna just, I think he's got his mind enough set where he can just focus on hitting the balls and not thinking about what is coming up in a few games.
Good take.
all.
Tense shot that from SASSON.
Very, very tight, not swinging freely.
15-30.
Understandably so. This young man has given him a rotten old time today. He nearly had that.
He almost did.
30-all.
SASSON does have enough experience, though. He's going to keep putting the pressure on. He's going to make KAPLAN work for this set.
That was so close to going long, ended up being spot on.
40-30.
Another crystal clear piece of execution from Ahmet KAPLAN.
Deuce.
Did a lot of damage with that first backhand.
Advantage, SASSON.
But SASSON doing a good job of making KAPLAN play one extra shot.
What a good hold from Guy SASSON.
Game, SASSON.
What a piece of determination we saw there from the 44-year-old. As you said, Joe, he is, after all, experienced enough as the reigning French Open champion to know how to pressurise others.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to know that the pressure and the thoughts going through KAPLAN's mind about, oh my gosh, 2 games away and I could be winning a bronze medal, I'm here in the Paralympics, and all those thoughts that may go through his mind that you're hoping not, that he just stays in the moment and just says, okay, this is another match that I need to keep playing well and keep being aggressive on. And if he can do that, then I think that he's going to be a step closer towards getting that medal. But SASSON knows all those thoughts are going through his mind, so he's going to keep putting the pressure on him.
Quickly, please. Players are ready. Prenez place rapidement.
of this adds to the weight of the occasion here for KAPLAN. This is a tough first serve coming up. Yes.
All these factors that could come into the match.
Love 15.
Tightness, a little bit.
Love 30.
He's got a job on his hands here, just to get through this game. And it seems as though we're going to get
Love
a break of
40.
serve. He's never been able to really get hold of this service game, KAPLAN. That will do Guy SASSON the world of good. A love break.
4 games to 3.
And this has become a little more complicated now for the young man from TÜRKIYE.
Time.
It's a great occasion, a great opportunity to experience the sport of wheelchair tennis. But it's a high-intensity one, especially for that gentleman. He was 4-1 up in the first. Did go on to take it 7-5. He was 4-1 up in this set. It is now 4-3. But it was at this stage that KAPLAN broke again in the first set. Can he do it here and find himself one game away from the bronze medal?
Just forcing it a little too much. Saw him on the return serve, push forwards to be really aggressive, but again, not controlling that center of the court. When he gets it off the center of the court, he's winning those points. Really important for KAPLAN to try and get off the center of the court.
In. What's in his mind now?
Looks a little bit more worried than he did a few games ago.
Goodness, it was another very tense point, wasn't it?
It is very tense, and those unforced errors coming out from KAPLAN now. The pressure is higher.
Brilliant from Guy SASSON. Well done to him to level it at 4-all.
Now we're going to see kind of what each of the men are made of here, as we say. Great comeback from SASSON, as you said, to tie it back at 4-all.
It's so finely balanced now. If KAPLAN can hold here, and he's held twice in this set so far, then all of the pressure goes flying back in the direction of Guy SASSON. If he is broken here, then suddenly it's SASSON's opportunity to force a decider.
See whether SASSON keeps moving forwards and being aggressive on this return to serve.
And if you're SASSON, you must be thinking, I've got him now.
100%. If you're SASSON, you're just staying nice and calm, and you're saying, okay, he's feeling the pressure here. There it is again, the look of worry there, just a little bit. It's not quite as happy as he was, not smiling, not as relaxed.
Really struggling to keep those errors in check.
Gone from 3 unforced errors in the first set to 12 so far in this set, and most of them here in the last couple games.
3 break points. Amazingly, that was in, only just. He's perilously close, or he was perilously close to not winning a point in 3 games.
15-40.
He wanted Scott Elvin to come out of the chair. His question is call, but they have to call it quickly. So if they don't, then the chair umpire will not come out of the chair.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Players are ready. Thank you.
He's giving it his absolute best, KAPLAN, but there is a tightness to this whole occasion. And SASSON is looking more and more relaxed in contrast. He will now serve for the set.
time.
Well, you just never know. Matches can change direction and change again and change again.
And maybe even change one more time too. Experience here of SASSON really showing, and just the composure and the inexperience of KAPLAN just not being in these situations to be able to play enough times just to say, okay, it's just another game.
Ladies and gentlemen, players are ready.
Now he has to hold serve in order to secure this set, and that brings with it a sense of pressure perhaps. But he's done brilliantly to win 4 games in succession, Guy SASSON.
Love.
What a fabulous serve. He's almost there now.
But not quite. Now you see KAPLAN behind in this game, and he just swings out a little bit freer, a little bit more relaxed.
That's the freest looking shot he's played for several games.
Yeah.
Two set points.
40-15.
On we go to a deciding set. Guy SASSON from 4-1 down
6 games
has taken it 6-4.
1 set all.
It's a brilliant comeback. And now, surely, he is the gentleman who takes all of the momentum into set number 3.
Definitely going to be very difficult for KAPLAN to come back from that one there. See how he's going to react in this 3rd set.
"50 minutes, round about the same length as the opening set. And Guy SASSON with 12 winners to KAPLAN's 11, 14 unforced errors for the gentleman from TÜRKIYE, most of those happening at really crucial points in the latter portion of the set.
Correct, those unforced errors started creeping in. Started out perfectly, went up 4-1, and then just got really tight from there. The moment kind of getting to him, the thoughts getting to him.
It was at times an extremely nervous set. Lots of high quality tennis early on from KAPLAN. Got into a brilliant position at 4-1 up. That was the moment when he moved 3-1 to the goods. But then the comeback began, and my word, was it some comeback from Guy SASSON, winning 5 games in succession and levelling this bronze medal match in the quad singles competition.
Now it's KAPLAN taking the break, taking a few minutes to try to just regroup, rethink what he needs to do. Trying to get through with his everyday with his tennis chair there. It's not working so easily for him. So I'll just pop off a chair and go through pop off a wheel and go through.
And we will be back very soon to continue this bronze medal match. wheelchair tennis was first introduced to the Paralympic Games as a demonstration sport in 1988 in Seoul. We've just had a new demonstration sport introduced to the Paralympics there.
something he's trying to do just to really keep focused. I mean, there's a long change. He's trying to keep his hand-eye coordination. I think the crowd's liking it, and it's more of entertainment, but this is really, you'll see a lot of the players before, you know, working, doing either the juggling or doing some reaction stuff.
Well, he wakes up extremely early every morning to run his real estate company. He then trains as a wheelchair tennis player, looks after his children. So he does have a lot to juggle. Four children, Guy SASSON. His wife, a hugely accomplished doctor. He used to train in secret from all of them, believe it or not, in the early stages of his wheelchair tennis career. Didn't let anyone know that he was actually playing in the sport. Well, the world knows about him now. And the world knows about him. It's going to be a really tough set, this, for Ahmet KAPLAN. One imagines what's going to be of paramount importance is getting this first hold of serve on the board. Because Guy SASSON, having spent virtually the entirety of the contest chasing the scoreboard, is now in control of the scoreboard. Nonetheless, if KAPLAN can win the opening game, then at least a line can be drawn metaphorically under that second set and he can start again.
It's definitely going to be this. The first part of this set is 100% mental, whether KAPLAN can kind of just let it go, that he was up a set in 4-1, he was close. He needs to just erase it, forget about it, and just play it as if this is the beginning of the match again. If he doesn't, then this could be actually a very quick set.
He goes into this set not having won a game since he was 4-1 up in the last. So 5 consecutive games won by his opponent. Important here that he takes his time to do this as he always does it, to get himself prepared and ready.
I don't think he'll rush this. He's taking his time. I mean, they know that there's, I think SASSON was even asking about the time, but SASSON did it to him, and it just takes him a little while to transfer out, transfer back in, and then obviously he has to tape his hand as well, so it takes a little bit longer time.
We've talked about everything really from his perspective, but actually just to look at it from Guy SASSON's perspective, this is a really important stage of the contest for him, because he needs to maintain that intensity, doesn't he, as he goes back out to the start of the third.
He does. I mean, it's going to be important for both of them, right? They both need a really good start. They don't need a slow start in any way whatsoever. And I just think this is the experience that is coming out from SASSON. He's been in this situation before. He's played on probably this court when he won Roland Garros. They probably played on this court. So he fully understands what is coming and what the expectations are and what he needs to do.
It is decision time. as we enter the last set of the quad singles bronze medal match in wheelchair tennis at the Paralympic Games of Paris 2024.
Final set. KAPLAN to serve.
It will be Ahmet KAPLAN to get the set underway. Good first point from SASSON, good movement, and it allows him to start positively.
Wasn't a bad ball or shot from KAPLAN. He's got to be okay with that. The only time we've seen Sasson's frustration is one time, and everything else, his attitude has been so positive, so equal, just fighting for everything.
Twice now.
Of course. Showing his frustration there, let's say that.
But you are absolutely correct in what you say. He's somebody who, by and large, goes very calmly through a match.
That was a good rally from both of them there. Lots of balls in, no early mistakes there. But you could tell, like, as soon as Sasson won that, it was an important point too, because he just had a nice long rally, was able to come out on the top.
He is once again pressurising. Break point in game number 1 of the decider. He has the break straight away. And there's nothing surprising about it when you consider the way the previous set ended. That is now, remarkably, 6 games in a row.
And what KAPLAN stopped doing is opening up the court again. He started hitting a lot of balls up the middle, even the ones that he missed, those backhands. They were only just deep. If he'd just gone cross court, court's a little bit longer, probably would have made them in. So he really needs to focus on opening up the court a little bit more, not hitting up the center.
He's broken him plenty of times so far. Ahmet KAPLAN surely can feel confident he can do it again.
Love 15.
We've actually not had a set that started with a hold of serve. And And indeed, we've not had a set that hasn't begun with back-to-back breaks so far.
15 all.
Now we're seeing signs of frustration from KAPLAN there. He's yelled after that one.
$30-15.
You have to be so full of admiration for how SASSON has handled the pressure points of this contest. Well, it's a brilliant shot from KAPLAN because SASSON was just daring him to make a mistake, to put a little too much on the ball.
He was. SASSON's defense was fantastic and just kept asking the question. But those are the sort of points that KAPLAN needs to get a little bit of confidence. You said 6 games in a row, so now he's got to really, really try to get on the board quickly here to gain some confidence.
And it can be so easy, can't it, to force the issue when you need to get something out of a set or out of a game.
When we talked about seeing the ball so well and feeling so good and how quickly you can lose that.
Hold of serve from SASSON. The first time in this match we've had a set not begin with back-to-back breaks. It's all looking very compelling for the gentleman born near Tel Aviv in Israel.
And 45 minutes ago, we didn't think that. We thought it was the other way. And so how quickly in tennis the match can change.
7 games in a row. Brilliant, absolutely ferocious defensive work from SASSON to keep that point alive.
And then he just moves up, finds it the right time, and again, punishing KAPLAN side to side.
It's now a suitable time to remind everyone that Guy SASSON is 44, twice as old as KAPLAN. Because he's in extraordinary condition, isn't he?
He is. I mean, obviously, you know, you can play tennis. I just said tennis adds 10 years to your life. You can play when you're 2 years old and you can play when you're 90 years old. And as long as they're training, but obviously SASSON's trained so hard for this, and not only physically, but mentally.
Oh, fabulous placement.
This honestly has been more of a mental game from when he was a set and 4-1 down. Mentality, obviously, you've got to hit the balls in the court. I'm not saying that, but the mental side of this game is huge.
We're still seeing those glimpses here and there from KAPLAN, but they're now only glimpses.
Correct.
15-40.
He's already halfway to victory in this set.
Ball change, please.
8 games in a row won by Guy Sasson. It's an incredible turnaround.
Sasson leads 3 games.
And he is looking very good value for Paralympic bronze. 3-love in the decider.
Time.
You would have to be the stoniest of hearted not to really feel something for Ahmet KAPLAN right now.
Yeah, I mean, being up a set in 4-1, being in total control, and just the turn of events, but that's what tennis is. And you know, you can't stop playing, you can't stop focusing on what's right in front of you until you've actually won the last point of the match.
Players are ready.
He did well to get a decent quality serve out of that.
And that's where in the first set and a half, KAPLAN was just being so aggressive, and lots of winners coming from that.
Yes, it was decent, but it was playable.
A little bit wide. That's a classic SASSON that we've seen throughout the whole match, that kick out wide in the forehand. Never know, the same thing could happen to SASSON here. He could get a little tight, and then we could be in for a long third set.
It's a beguiling sport, isn't it, tennis? You just never quite know.
You don't.
15-30.
Super efforts, doing the right thing, KAPLAN, in trying to make Sasson play.
Absolutely.
30 all.
And it's those type of points that can change a match around. If you remember in the second set, there was a point where it was a really long point, and then Sasson ended up with the lob over KAPLAN's head. And I said that can change the match, and it's those type of points that do change the match.
Good width on the serve, as Guy Sasson tries to avoid this match-changing situation, for he is a point away from his 9th game in succession.
Thank you.
And he has that 9th game in a row, and he is looking ferocious.
He is. He's looking very confident now. Even
to love.
Team Israel coaches looking a little bit more confident too, that the boxes have even changed the way they're looking. He's looking calm and confident, they're looking calm and confident. Kaplan still smiling, enjoying the moments here.
Thank you, ladies.
Enjoying the crowds.
Thank you. Players are ready. Love 15.
If Guy SASSON wins this match, he will be only the second player from Israel to win a Paralympic singles medal in wheelchair tennis. And we have to acknowledge the mental strength that he has displayed.
He has. He's kept cool. He's kept calm.
30.
He's played simple, and he's just never given up.
And we must remember too that the journey is in its infancy for Ahmet Kaplan. He's still so new to this.
He's not going anywhere yet, because again, he can come back and hit some of those big shots. Doing a good job there. He's pushing forwards, getting the ball out of the center of the court.
30.
Good placement.
Yeah, there's that backhand that we saw so much of for a set and a half. This would be amazing if the tides did turn again here and he was able to get it back.
Well, he just needs to get a game somehow, doesn't he? If he wins this, it'll be the first in 10 that he's actually won. And he might well do it.
We're close here, we're close.
(40-30).
Had the space and found it as a game at last. The first in 10 games that he's won, the first since he was 4-1 up in the second set. Something for them to smile about at last. And this is a test of Guy SASSON. Yes, he's still in a comfortable position, but a question has been asked.
Time.
You just never know. Was that an interruption, or was it the first sign of a change? We'll find out pretty soon, because at 4-1 up, Guy SASSON is serving. You know, we haven't had a set so far where 4-1 hasn't been a score that signalled a change. In the first couple of sets, it was KAPLAN who had a 4-1 advantage.
15 love.
And then change started to occur. All the same fates befall Guy SASSON. He's not showing any signs of letting this slip, is he?
No, he's not. He's playing so solid. That kick serve out wide again has done really well for him. Even though KAPLAN knows where it's going, KAPLAN can't get that ball out of the middle. Where he just, the first set and a half, he was just making every single one of those. He just now has lost that confidence and that calmness that he had in the first set and a half.
Thank you. Thank you. Players are ready. Thank you.
Beautiful. There's that forehand out of the middle again. He's so strong that when he can get it out of the middle, it puts the opponent under so much pressure.
40-15.
He already is extremely good, but he has the potential to be quite phenomenal.
He's only been playing wheelchair tennis for 3 years, so 4 years.
Wonderful defence. I mean, that is how that point was won. That is how that game was won.
That's really how he's gotten back into this match, is just with really good defending and consistent play and fight. And lots of energy too. If you watch the two players playing, SASSON is a lot calmer with his body when he's playing, and KAPLAN has to put a lot, he uses a lot of his body on that backhand. He's pulling back a lot to get the topspin. So when it comes down to a third set too, there's a lot more movement with KAPLAN's body, and SASSON's body is a lot quieter.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Thank you.
brilliant construction of the point, and what brilliant technique.
Yeah, great defense again, as you said, his defense, but then a cat and mouse game, realizing where KAPLAN is in the court and going behind him. Beautiful play. KAPLAN trying everything he can to stay in that rally. You create your own luck, and SASSON has created his own luck there through just hard work and great resiliency. Forehand was a little tight from SASSON now, with him only being 2 points away.
15-30.
What he has done, though, is give himself such a margin for error. It has been an absolutely incredible comeback, this.
15-40.
One that is barely believable. 2 bronze medal points. The 44-year-old Guy SASSON has almost completed one of the turnarounds of these games.
Game, set, match.
At 44, Guy SASSON has accomplished something stunning, because he'd all but lost that match.
6-4, 6-1.
He had unbelievable comeback there from Guy SASSON, and he should be so proud of himself for the mental strength and resiliency.
5-7, 6-4, 6-1. He was 4-1 down in the second set, and then a run of 9 consecutive games changed everything. He has it. He has it. Bronze at the Paralympics. And all of this happening in the place where he won his first Grand Slam singles title just a matter of months ago.
I would say he likes this court. I would say he likes his court, right?
The court seems to like him too.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe his favorite court of all time.
He didn't just display incredible technique, he displayed incredible mental strength.
Yeah, resiliency and just the strength. That was what was really to be learnt from this, and feel so happy for him to come back, and his family and friends that are here and supporters, and you just have to feel slightly bad for KAPLAN. He gave it his all. He played just almost perfect tennis for a set and a half, and now I think you're going to see his emotions come out, but he has such a bright future.
He's a wonderful player, isn't he? With an extraordinary acceleration, considering how little time he spent playing this sport. And his reaction as he came to the net was almost one of apology, wasn't it, to Ahmet KAPLAN, that he had to beat him.
Yeah, and just great show of sportsmanship all around. And KAPLAN needs to take a lot from it. I think he's got a lot of lessons to learn. As you said, he's got such a bright future ahead of him, and really nice there of the team, his team, KAPLAN's team and SASSON's team.
Sense of great respect they all have for each other.
Yeah, and KAPLAN needs to, you know, he'll take some learning moments from this. He'll go and he'll look at some of the data, he'll look at some of the results, he'll look at the play, and it'll only make him a stronger player of what he needs to do moving forwards.
Almost 2.5 hours it took for Guy SASSON to secure the Paralympic Games bronze medal. It was a sensational effort from the pair of them. The first 2 times that these 2 athletes met, he was not anywhere near beating Guy SASSON. In a very short space of time, he has accelerated enormously. He has transformed as a player, and he was so close here. And we will see him again. My goodness, we will see him again.
He was 2 games away, and that's going to haunt him for a little while longer yet. And that's why you're seeing all the emotion here of him and the disappointment, because he was so close, playing amazing. But all these people here supporting him, and as you said, we're going to see him again. We'll see him out on the ITF Uniqlo Tour. We'll see him hopefully in LA in 28. And we see the improvement that we've seen over the last 3 years of him, I think the quad wheelchair world will see a lot of him, and for many, many, many years to come.
That will be the next step, won't it, for Ahmet KAPLAN, is going back out onto the tour and just doing what he was doing before, doing it a little better this time, winning even more, putting this behind him, however long that takes. But at 44, the finest moment of his sporting career, Guy SASSON, he is the bronze medalist at the Paralympics. Only the gold medal match remains, an all-Dutch affair between Messrs Schroeder and Fink. Well done to that young man, to that extraordinary athlete. There'll be a few people wanting to have a chat with him.
He's saying, sorry, I'll call you later, I gotta go.
Yes.
I gotta get off the court.
What are you doing at the moment? I'm playing tennis.
Exactly.
Are you somewhere nice? Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, by the way, I just won a bronze medal. Thank you for asking. Yep. Support has been amazing, and this match was amazing, Ollie.
It was a back and forth, unpredictable affair, and this is ultimately how the final set played out. This is how it turned into Guy SASSON's moment of triumph. He just forced Ahmet KAPLAN to keep playing on so many occasions. Though KAPLAN was able to produce those moments of brilliance every so often, it was the steadiness and the accuracy of SASSON that was too compelling. All of it led to a moment that Guy SASSON will remember for the rest of his life, the moment where he became a Paralympic medalist. Guy SASSON is the bronze medalist in the quad singles competition at the Paralympic Games of Paris 2024.